before I make before I make it to my house. Share this out to 7 people, please. Lord, I pray that whoever need to hear this, that they would hear it and they would heed it and they would do it. Please, please, I can't stress to you all enough. Accept who you are and love who you are. Accept yourself, love yourself, because I am telling you, people will make you question yourself. People will make you feel low. People will make you feel insignificant. People will make you feel like you are wrong in everything. People will make you feel so bad about yourself, so unsure about yourself. People will make you look at you like you are so undervalued. Look at you. You will begin to look at yourself like you are not enough, feel like you are insufficient, inadequate. People will make you feel so bad about you to a point where like you just look at yourself like you're just so unworthy. Like make you feel like super low, like you so like you just can't get it right. Like you're always gonna make mistakes. Like you're always gonna you're not gonna become better. Like you just people will make you feel so low of yourself, and it's because you don't accept you and you don't love you. So based on their perspective of you, based on how they feel about you, you will begin to feel that times 10. Like, please accept you for who you are. Please love you for who you are. If God accepts you, if God loves you, like that's all that matters. I don't care if they are your spouse. I don't care if they're your parents. I don't care if they're your teachers. I don't care if they're your friends. I'm telling you, if you don't accept you and love you for who you are, you will always be seeking their approval. You will always be seeking their acceptance. You will always be a slave to them, whether they love you or not. You will be a slave to their perspective. You will be a slave to their standards, and you will always feel like that you will never be enough. When they accept you, you feel like you finally arrived to this place to where they love me now. They accept me now. But what about tomorrow when they show you different? You're going to die from their disapproval of you. Stop trying to live for people and their acceptance. Stop trying to do things that you think that will please them. You might do it in that moment. You might do it in that moment, but because they have not fully accepted you and love you for who you are, I promise you, you are going to fail them tomorrow. And when you do fail them, whether it's tomorrow or next week, when you do fail them, they are going to remind you again how inadequate you are, how 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 you are not enough. They are going to always remind you how much you are not and who you would never be. Based on their expectations, they have never accepted you for you. They have not ever loved you for you. They only accepted and loved you for who you were in that moment or who they thought that you would grow to become as it relates to their standards and who they wish you were. It has you when you are when you must grow in an area. If they fully accepted you for who you are and loved you for who you are, they will come along and support in helping you become and doing better. They will come alongside and like not just embracing you, but showing you a better way of doing things. Like they will add to you, not take from you. Like they will encourage you, hold you accountable, and that might feel uncomfortable, but you will know the difference between them tearing you down than building you up. Like you will know the difference. Like because speaking life into you, encouraging you, empowering you, helping you, supporting you, like it comes with constructive criticism. Yes. Like it comes with facing the reality of what they're saying is the truth. But it's not always pointing out your flaws and what you are doing wrong. Like that's not helping. Like that does not help in a sense of I'm here to help you. I'm here with you for sure. Hey, good morning, my brother. And when I tell you, like, I can't speak to this enough. I have the when I'm speaking to this has a lot to do with because because my dad left when I was 6 months old, and and like the spiritual connection as well as the soul tie that came that comes with that. Um, he came back when I was 12, 13 years old, but still like it's has how God revealed it to me. There's still a spiritual connection there. There's still a soul tie. So when my dad leaving and not having that peace that was needed, thank God that, it happened like that for a reason. But it was still of that void there where it was, hey, how you doing? It was still that void there, that wanting to be accepted and like not feeling like enough. So when when we go through certain things, like especially when it come down to certain individuals, it's like we yearn to be accepted by individuals, whether it's the world, whether it's our parents, whether it's our spouses. And when we don't get that because we they're in our lives, so naturally we confide in them, we accepted by them. But when you are constantly reminded that you are not enough, when you are constantly ridiculed, when you are constantly your flaws are being highlighted, your struggles are like all these different things, like it makes it so hard when those individuals don't accept you. So that's why my message right now is for you to accept who you are, imperfections and all. Love who you are, imperfections and all. Because if you do not, you will always get your heart broken. You will always feel less than yourself because there are individuals who are always going to remind you of how inadequate you are. They're always going to highlight your flaws and just really tear you down. Although that may not be their intention, but the things that they're telling you, reminding you of yourself, like it rips out your heart. Like it literally like have you like thinking really, really low of yourself. And so if you struggle with self-esteem or struggle with low confidence, it's going to eat that alive, and it's ultimately accepting you for you and loving you for who you are. All right. So and if you are in a situation where it's like, you can leave, then if that's what you feel you need to do. When it comes down to being married, it's not as easy because there's a covenant with God in place when it comes to that. I'm not gonna go in that direction though, but at least not right now. I have to be led to do that one. um, but I mean, just from personal experience, accept you for who you are, embrace you for who you are, love you for who you are, because there are always individuals who is going to remind you who you are not, who is going to place their standards and expectations on you based on who they wish you were, who they thought you were. They're not going to embrace you and love you for who you are until they have a reality check and say, you know what, like I get you have struggles. Like let's get through this. If they're not willing to come alongside and support you, like chances are they're gonna always tear you down because they wish you was more or someone that you were not. You know what I mean? Do it for you. Take what they're saying as constructive criticism if you know this is an area that you struggle in. If you know you need to do better in this area, please take that, heed that advice. It may not be come off as advice, but heed that. Take that and accept it for what it is. But don't go through this journey of trying to change and become better in that area if it's to please them, if it's to be accepted by them, if it's to be loved by them, because you would never be enough. I would never be enough. Do it for you because you know that you need to improve in this area. You need to do better in this area. Do it for those reasons. Do it for you. If you have kids, do it for them to be a better version so they can benefit from that. But ultimately, do it because you want to do better, because you want to grow, because you want to just ultimately become who God created you to be. Let that be the reason. Not to be accepted, not to be embraced, and not to be loved, and certainly not to be seen by them. You will never be enough. Not saying that you aren't enough, because you are, but from their perspective, you won't be enough. So you will never please them. You will never make them happy. Not that it's even our jobs to make the next person happy. It's not. That comes from within. You know what I'm saying? That joy that comes from within. We can assist in that, but ultimately it's their responsibility, to find happiness in themselves, joy within themselves, right? But um you would never be able to make them happy. There's nothing you could possibly do that's going to help them embrace and accept you. Period. All right. So again, accept you for you, love you for who you are, and go on a quest of becoming better as it relates to who God created you to be, and let that be your motivation. Don't do it for them. You would never be enough. They would never accept you for who you are. Even if you become better, they still won't fully embrace you like that, because they're always going to be reminded of your flaws, your imperfections, your struggles. They're gonna be like, okay, that's good. Like I embrace you for who you are, right? But what about that other struggle you have that they have a problem with, or they now have a problem with? Then it's going to be a whole nother cycle. They're going to be reminded how affected you are. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say, accept you, embrace you, love you for who you are. They will not. If they don't do it by now, they have not done it by now, they're not. All right. And accept that. It is what it is. But become better for those who are supposed to benefit from that, with God, who God's going to bring into your life, and also who He's going to place you in their lives, right? Ultimately, for the um for God, do it for Him, do it for yourself. You deserve that, but not for no one else. All right. Because if you do it for somebody else, then is it authentic? Is it real? Was your heart in the right place? You know, like it's not anything solid. All right. So build you up for you and for the kingdom of God, because God is planning to use you in a mighty way. All right. Grow in that. All right. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace. Share this to 7 people. Someone need to hear this. All right.